A very good evening, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm really grateful to you and your entire team. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
So, an author is someone who tells interesting story via his or her handwriting, and also inspires a lot of audiences. So, I welcome Miss Manya Nigam with us today. Very good evening, ma'am. So, shall we begin?
Yeah, sure.
So, how was your day?
My day was awesome as usual. As I'm like a early morning bird, so I wake up at around 5:30 and doing meditation. So after meditation, my day goes too well always.
That's nice. So, could you please tell us something more about yourself?
Yeah, I am a fiction author, blogger, and I also create content for social media because my motive is to spread positive vibes among people who ever read me, who ever listen to me. I want them to feel the positive vibes which I want to spread for the entire world. And that you can see in my writing as well. I write because I want to inspire people with positive vibes. I want them to think positively. So my focus on is always on that.
Well, that's actually amazing. So, when did you first realize that you want to be a writer?
Actually, it was not planned that I want to become an author. It all started with I love writing, but previously I write only blogs. So
Okay.
I start my blog, write a few positive posts, and then suddenly I realized I should write a short story because people connect with the story a bit more because why we hear stories in childhood because we receive the message more deeply when we
Mm.
grab that message through a story. So that's my motive. So that's why I start writing a short story, but that short story goes to 48,000 words, and then I realized, oh, I could write an entire novel on that one message. So that's how my journey started as an author. And then I published that book. Then I get with come up with more ideas, and then I write more books, and that's how the journey started. And now I love it. Absolutely in love with my profession.
I
Yeah,
understand when we love our profession, the enthusiasm comes from inside and the happiness too.
definitely it happens. Yes, yes, it always
So,
happens.
sorry for my throat.
It's so.
How was the childhood like as a child? Did you? I mean, as a child, what did you want to become? I mean, since then.
See, I am professionally I'm an engineer. Uh, but I always want to do something in arts. But my father's wish to see me as an engineer. So I did my engineering. I completed my engineering. I joined HCL Technologies, and after doing job for years, I left my job and I was expecting my first child. So at that time I left the job, and gradually I come up with I thought should work on my passion. So yeah, that's how it happens like that.
So
I
you
was
are a
as a
full
child, yeah, I don't I want to do something in arts, but I'm not sure about engineering as well. But yes, I do. I know that my father wants to be wants to see me as an engineer, so I go with that.
So, I mean, writing is your full-time job now, is it?
Yes, yes, of course.
So, what is your work schedule like when you are writing?
uh See, I because I have my family responsibilities as well. So I have in the morning time I have to send my school my son to school. So most of the time will go with that only. But I write after 10 after 10 to uh, 12 o'clock. See, this is the time 10 to 12, and after that I write in the evening when my child go out for playing. So this is how I can manage only 4 hours for writing.
That's it.
Sorry.
I mean, only 4 hours. I thought since
No,
you're a
I
writer,
hardly get time. Yeah, I hardly get time. I have to teach my son. I have to play with him. I mean, a lot of time. I really don't know where it flies. But yeah, I hardly get 4 hours for writing.
I thought like half of the time you're writing and half of the time your other activities
Yeah,
that you
that
usually do.
it happens. Yeah, yes, it happens.
So, where does your inspiration comes from for your stories and writings, especially the books?
Okay. Basically, my stories are based on real life scenarios. So it is very easy to find stories when you write about your any real life scenarios. You can meet every person has a different story. Every person has gone through with different circumstances.
Yeah.
So when you meet people and talk to them, you find stories. You get a lot of ideas to write. What you get a lot of problems you want to solve out. So that's how I got my inspiration. That if I get a problem, that someone told me that I have this problem, this is a very big problem for me. So I thought, I think about how to solve that problem, and I create the characters which is similar, which are facing that problem, and then I come up with the story. And then
That's
I write it down.
actually so. In short, your inspiration is from the real life itself.
So definitely, all real life people are my inspirations. So that's why people can relate with my story, because they found themselves in the story.
I can relate to your Insta post the most.
Thank you so much.
So, which was the most surprising things you learned in creating your blogs, your inspiring novels or stories?
When you write something inspiring, you inspire yourself first. So this is the best part of writing something inspiring, because when you go for writing something inspiring, you learn that message before convey to others. You not only learn, I mean, you absorb that message inside you. So that help to become you, and more motivational person, more inspiring person. It improve our personality. So this is the best part of writing a good things. Writing inspiring things means I have to think inspiring things. So that changed my entire thought process. That filled with me the filled me with the positivity, and that's the best part. That's why I love it so much.
I understand the point. So, you have written three books. So, what was
Yes.
your experience while writing your first book and the third book? Did you encounter any changes in the process of writing your first book and the other books?
See, I write my first book, which is based on true story, which is completely based on true story. So that was uh, easy for me to write, because I already know the story. I already have heard that story by someone. So that was easy for me to write. In that part, I have to work only on the part that how do I uh, create chapters, how do I connected the others, connected the characters. So it was the um, it was the point when I write my first book. And the second book was easier than me because I have already gone through writing scenarios, so I have to think about the story. So first two books are easy for me, but the third book, when I started writing third book, that was a pandemic time period. So it was difficult for me to meet people. I don't meet anyone. We are almost blocked in our homes. So that's why third book was difficult for me. I take more time to write that book because we have more responsibilities at that time. So that was actually a novella. That's why it is not a complete novel. It's a novella. It's a short story kind of thing, only about 100 pages long.
Nice. So, your writing experience, how was your writing experience in all the three books that you have written?
Writing experience, I think you start uh, doing better gradually because when you write your first book, you are still learning how to write. But when you come up with next to next books, and then gradually you learn how to write, so writing process become easier. So I think, yeah, and now I can think in a flow. I know how to connect with the characters. I know how to convey the message. So I think, yeah, practice makes you a better person. Definitely, it applies in all the fields.
I understand. So, what do you think makes a good story?
A good story where you can create your characters that can connect with your readers. Because when you are trying to send your message through your characters, that means your character should connect with the readers. I mean, when you write a book, an author doesn't connect with the readers, the characters connect. So this is the main part. So I have to create the characters of the book in such a way that they are facing a problem, how they come up with the emotions, and I mean, I have to uh, explain their emotional states, their and their physical appearance as well. So whatever the problem is, I have to resolve that problem with the story. So main point is to build a character. This is a very important point.
So, yeah, because character building, without character building, there is no connection between the book and the audience. As this is what I feel.
Yeah, characters are really important part, and the message is also important, but message is secondary because every book doesn't have the message, because there are few are some just a love story, and they just focused on the go with the love story, but go with the flow of how it happens, when it happens. And okay, so when you write inspiring, so you have to work more on your characters building.
Yes. So, what is the one thing that that could give up to become a better writer?
Practice a lot. I think this is the best thing, that you have to write every day, whether you write uh, a small part fraction of your story or whatever you are writing. So I think you have to write every day. You have to think properly, and whenever you got a thought, just note it down, because a thought comes suddenly and then vanish suddenly. So you must write uh, whenever you got a thought, just you have to write that down. And also I would like to tell you that uh, nothing, I think just it. That's it.
Cool. So, do you believe in writer's block, and how do you overcome the same?
I think I do face this writer blocks, but not every time. This is a very rare for me, because most of the time uh, because I don't compete with other writers that someone is writing and then I have to do it because I inspire myself. So if I don't write, I don't be very harsh with myself. I think okay, it's okay if sometimes it happens. You don't have a thought to write. You don't get with a come up with the idea. So it's okay. I mean, I don't be very harsh with myself, and I tell myself that it's okay. You can write. You can think. You can write next day. It's okay. It is not the end of your career. You can write letter. So that's how
Give
I
yourself
overcome
some
my.
time.
Yeah, that's how I overcome it.
Give yourself some time while processing
Yeah.
all the information.
Yes.
So here comes the last question.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
Any tips for writers who are beginning to enter the writing phase and who wants to start their own career?
Okay. If first of all, when you start writing, you must know about yourself that you love it or not. Because see, you can write, you can create a story, but if you want to be successful in that and you want to grow your career as an author, then you must love your work. For every field, I'm not telling this only for authors, but for every field, do what you love to do, because this is very important. Because okay, fine, if you want to author, if you want to see other people and that's why you want to become an author, you might write one story, you might write two stories, but after that you find yourself blocked. So
Yeah,
at that for that if you want to really grow in your career, you have to love your profession. So I think this is the part. If you love if you love your career, if you want to really grow with a writer, just first of all love your career, and secondary, you write every day, practice a lot, because practice makes you perfect. Practice makes you better. It improve your writing. So and that's it. And don't be so harsh yourself. Seriously, because it happens with every author that sometimes they face writer's block, but it doesn't matter. The ideas will come up.
I have one last question from my side that is popping up my mind.
Yeah, sure.
Is how do you go up with the publishing process once you complete your book of writing?
Sorry, I don't get your question.
No, actually, once a writer completes the writing process, how do you go up with the publishing process and where do you list all
Okay,
your
publish.
books? Yeah.
Okay, publishing process. So I have I didn't go with any traditional publisher yet. I decided to publish my books on my own. So I self-published both of my books with my own publication. I mean, I opened my own publication just to publish my books because I
Okay.
don't want to. So I don't want to uh, go with other publications and depend on them. I love doing whatever uh, is a process. I love doing it by myself. So all three books I publish my on my own. I create the cover, I design the cover, I do editing, and that's it. I publish the book.
So
I come
here
with a
I,
yeah.
yeah, you were saying something. You
Uh,
were saying something. Can you please complete that or?
Okay, no. I'm just saying that, and then I'll contact with the printers as well. So that's how my books, and I listed it on Amazon, Flipkart as well. So I do entire process on my own. I learn everything. I never knew about it, but I learned all these things, and I did it on my own.
That's nice. And here I come to the end of my all the questions. So anything you want to add or any feedback or any questions you want to
Okay, I
ask,
love to
please.
talk to you. You are so cute.